Silicon Valley isn't accidentally dropped in California. It was in incentives from the government to focus there. I know a number of states right now are all competing to be the center of battery technology, the center of wind technology, the center of solar technology. There is strength in having a lot of this entrepreneurial energy in one place. They build off each other, and it comes down to an issue of national competitiveness. Unfortunately, in this country, it does come down to some issues around industrial policy, which makes a lot of people really uncomfortable. I don't think we can afford to not have one when we live in a globalized world where we're competing against countries that do. Yes, China may make a mistake, but if they don't, they're going to eat our lunch. And so we got to be very careful on this one. One more question. Yes, please.
My name is Spencer Campbell. I'm an undergraduate student. I'm studying environmental math. The question to you guys is environmental regulations concerning business practices, emissions or whatnot. To me, it seems like why have regulation if you can make an exception for certain people, and if you have enough money, you can make that exception. And I find special interest groups changing the playing field in their favor. And I'm wondering that this question to the panel for me, what's a way we could first raise awareness about alternatives, and secondly, how can we level the playing field to be even for everyone, and not just for the deepest pockets, but who has the best business model?
Respond for something along these lines came up in my breakout session, and the point I tried to make is that for our industry, for trucks, probably the biggest innovation, the biggest step change in lowering emissions occurred in 2007, because we had to meet these very stringent particulate matter and NOx standards. And in order to meet those, we had to put a particle trap on the engine. There was an oxidation catalyst, but a trap that captured those particles. And it was an amazing technology, an amazing innovation. Not only does it trap the particles, but because there's platinum on the catalyst, those particles are burned. And basically CO2 and water vapor comes out. Extremely clean. 99.9% of what comes out of those vehicles built in 2007 and later is CO2 and water vapor. Now, no company, that trap costs $10,000 per truck. No company is going to go out and put that trap on its own. You go out of business. You couldn't compete. Your competitors would eat your lunch. You need a regulatory agency like an EPA to come in and pass the emission standard, level the playing field so that everybody has to put that trap on. And then we all, of course, we all bear the cost of that as a society. But to me, that was a very important thing to do by the regulatory agencies. Very good innovation. There's no more of that black smoke, that diesel smell. A lot of hydrocarbons, everything is removed. So regulators, that's to me one of their main purposes, is to level the playing field and force the entire industry to do that. As far as I know, there was no one who was able to get around that regulation. Everybody has to abide by it.
Before I was a professor, I actually worked for the EPA. And I can tell you that environmental regulation, one of the biggest, what you might call special interests, is those regulations benefit on very small businesses. That's a very big driver in the level of environmental regulation to show that small businesses are hurt. So sometimes you don't want to shield all special interests here. Beyond that, I think you're getting to a broader issue of the role of special interest politics, and that's just a broader issue of our role as citizens of the United States to speak up when we see this, to vote with our conscience, or just simply to vote, period. I mean, a lot of people don't vote. To make, you'd be surprised what a letter to your congressman or senator can do, because not a lot of people do it. So it doesn't take many numbers for them to say, people are watching. Maybe I should be careful on this one. So, I would encourage you to get involved, pay attention, voice your concerns when you start to see something that you think is not right. And encourage others to do it too. Mobilize the students on this campus.
Well, last semester I attended a large conference in Washington, D.C. There was 10,000 other students. It was like the largest student gathering ever to descend on Washington, D.C. And it was all about environmental issues and clean power. It was great. It was wonderful. I got lots of energy out of it. Tried to bring it back to campus, funnel that energy. But I find like I'm not, no matter if it was 10,000, 15,000, million, get it, you know?
I'm going to say something that's going to sound harsh. I don't mean it to be. But oftentimes politicians will not take young people seriously because the matter of the fact is you guys don't vote. You're not a constituency that they're going to listen to if you're not going to vote. And I don't know how to say it nicer than that, but that's oftentimes what they see. Is, not enough. I'm sorry, what?
I don't feel enough of us vote.
That's the point. You as a demographic. AARP, they're not going to touch it. Seniors, no way. That's a live rail. They're not going to go near them because they vote. And I don't know how to answer that question. How to get more young people to vote. Politicians will listen if you do.
To give you sort of a global perspective on voting, I think President Obama had the highest voter turnout. I think it was around 40, 41, 42%. That was like a record in this country. If you go overseas, especially out of Asian countries, 80, 90% is normal.
In some places, it's mandatory.
Yeah. I mean, here we talk about freedom and democracy in this country and how proud we are to have it. And yet, on a regular basis, 60, 70% of our population feels it inconvenient to go out on a Tuesday to vote for whichever candidate they find best. That to me, when you talk about outrage, I mean, we are our own worst enemy.
This is leaning towards a very depressing end of the
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I think we touched on really the core of the matter here is that we are a sleeping giant, and your demographic in particular really could just light this up, but it just takes a little bit of organization.
And with that, if I may, then thank you all. And we also would like to ask if Jackie Juarez would come forward. She has a thank you to give for all of you being here, and especially for our presenter.
Sorry,
He's going behind you.
Right behind you all the time.
On behalf of the Center for Global Peace and Commerce at the University, we would like to thank you for coming and enlightening us with your presentations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Another graduate assistant, this is Rodrigo Tablate, and he's going to come forward and thank you.
Pleasure.
So,
Pleasure. Thank you.
Actually, he devoted that duty to
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
The Center for Global Peace and Commerce would like to thank Dominican University, our president, Donna Carroll, our dean, John Arvid Johnson, Brennan School of Business staff, Linda, thank you for being here, and everything else. Andrea, Justina, Grace, Anita, our Center for Global Peace and Commerce volunteers, Shashi, Maggie, Gerald, Gaval, Eco Club members, in particular Spencer Campbell, Danielle, and Jerry Holmes, Katie, Tori, Joshua, our guitarist and the reception, Dolores Carisosa for scheduling and events, Chartwells, and physical